the idea is to annotate and draw on this as you see fit, and I've written a couple of questions at the bottom just to stimulate. What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it sound like? What does it believe in? What inspires and motivates it? What does it enable me to do? So we're thinking about our own voices. And really, this is a blank sheet, and you might want to colour in different parts of the body. You might want to draw outside of the body. You might want to write down qualities and characteristics that you associate with authentic expression. You might want to write down qualities that relate to your body instrument. Flexibility, openness. You might want to focus on specific areas and just to draw or colour in. So really just explore this, and if you feel stuck, come to these questions. And really we're just trying to create a vision board, and it doesn't have to be where you are now, it could be where you want to be. You might want to print out a couple of these, and you might want to, or split it in half, and the difference of where you are now, like maybe you feel restricted and you want to move towards feeling creative. So just go with the flow here, and if you feel like you want to send me a copy of what you've done for to talk about that, or to get some feedback, then I would be really interested to see how you decide to annotate this and just have some fun and explore. So there are a few different ways that you can come to a songwriting exercise, and it all depends on whether you are a visual learner, whether you are more experiential. Perhaps you want to get straight into making sound. But for some people, it might help to make a plan, to jot down some ideas, or maybe you just want to get stuck into the writing part immediately. So when I'm writing a song, it depends what kind of mood I'm in. If I have access to an instrument, then usually I will come to the instrument and start noodling and playing around, find a sound that works for me, and then start playing around with some noise, and then maybe an idea evolves out of that, and then I start exploring some lyrics. But I might also want to begin with drawing as a tool, as a way to inspire a story or a narrative. So maybe some landscape, an environment, weather, just something to get ideas flowing. And then I might want to think about characters. Who am I singing about? Is it a person or a place? So it looks like it could be a place. And maybe I want to write down feelings or qualities that I associate with that place. So I've just started a little sequence, and each word is kind of triggering a new word after that. Dark night, peaceful, stars, expansive. So I'm just allowing myself to kind of write freely, and they can be themes, they can be ideas, they can be words that I might want to take into the song afterwards. And what about a character or a story? What's happening? Is this person in this place? Are they dreaming of this place? Are they traveling to this place? Let's go with traveling. Journey. How are they traveling? Well, let's say by horse. So I've kind of got this picture that's beginning to unfold here with different themes, ideas. I'm kind of using different colours, and those colours might correspond to different tonalities or pitches in the song. Maybe if you're quite a visual person, you might associate colours with sound. So I'm just kind of adding a little bit here. Literally, I'm just using the resources I have available to me right now, and say I don't have access to an instrument, or perhaps I don't play an instrument. Let the pen and paper be your instrument, and let your imagination be your story. And yeah, so I'm thinking orange here, which I'm associating with heat. So I want it to be kind of like a hopeful or happy feeling to this song. So you can also use this same principle with drawing and annotating to create your composition. So instead of musical notes on a stave like this, what we can do is start to think about this timeline, the length of the song, from point A to point B. Where do we want to take the listener? Are we even thinking about the listener? Is this song for us? Are we performing? Or is this a song that we're writing for somebody? So all of these kind of questions will have an impact on what kind of journey we're going on. So perhaps it's going to involve lots of ups and downs, and maybe a few spirals in there, and then maybe there'll be a break, and then we'll begin again. So you can map out this feeling, this quality, or perhaps it's going to be relaxing and undulating. Maybe you want to bring in a feeling of an element into your song. Like maybe you want to write a song that's really got lots of fire energy in it, lots of activity, and maybe you want to write a song that's inspired by wood, by a kind of stillness or a slower quality, about landscape. So I'm just giving you a few ideas and tools that you can play with there, especially good if you don't have an instrument. available to hand. And also, if we come to the journaling idea of free writing, once we've got our spark, our initial idea, like what, it could be a word or it could be a feeling, like love. Okay, I'm going to write a love song. Just giving yourself some focus time. Maybe you want to challenge yourself and put a timer on your phone, or just say, okay, I'm just going to sit here until I've written a chorus or a verse, or maybe even just one line. If you're really struggling to finish a whole song, you can come back to it. So how do we begin? Well, I'm just going to start, and I don't even know yet what I'm going to write, but I'm just going to allow myself to start writing. Free and alive, dreaming with starry skies. So definitely I've obviously drawn into some ideas that I wrote down initially, and I've just started writing with this kind of theme or feeling. And I could continue just free writing from that point on, and I don't even necessarily have to think about it as a chorus or a verse. I could just think of it as a story, or sometimes it's really helpful to imagine that you're writing a letter to somebody as well. So there are really no rules, which is great. And you can come to this with a paintbrush. You might want to come to it with from a totally different medium altogether. If you're into making things and creating arts and crafts, it might actually stimulate you to start on a completely different task of making something, doing something physical with your hands, and that might inspire you. And so just enjoy exploring, and please feel free to share your lyrics and songs.